As a beginner hamster owner, it can be difficult to identify what hamster species you own if you don't know how to. Not every breeder or pet shop will give their hamsters the name of the actual species. But actually, it's not that hard. In today's video, I will show you how to identify your hamster species, so make sure to watch till the end to find out. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you love hamsters just like me, you're in the right place. On this channel, I am primarily creating hamster care content. From hamster care tips to hamster vlogs, everything on this channel. Are you interested? Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get started. To start, there are 5 domestic hamster species. There are more in the wild, but they cannot be kept in a domestic environment. And hamsters are species, not breeds. I've seen a lot of people confuse these two. Basically, species is just that they can breed with the same species, but they cannot breed with another species of hamster. There is one exception, but I will talk about that later in the video. Son, I need your lighting to film. So let's talk about the 5 domestic hamster species. The first one is the Syrian hamster, the biggest one, the Chinese hamster, the winter white and the Campbell Russian dwarf hamster, and the Roborovsky dwarf hamster. Let's start with the Syrian hamsters. This is the most common owned hamster species among new and experienced hamster owners. The Syrian hamster can also be called the golden hamster and the teddy bear hamster. I find them the easiest to identify since they are the biggest species of domestic hamster. Yeah, we like big hamsters. Syrian hamsters can come in a lot of different fur types, colors, so I cannot say that your hamster has to be this specific color to be a
Syrian hamster.
I'll just put some pictures on the screen of the most common Syrian hamsters and hope you can identify your hamster. Of course, these are not the only Syrian hamsters that exist, these are just the most common ones. Syrian hamsters are also the only one that can be long-haired. Specifically, the male Syrian hamsters are the only ones that can be long-haired. Female Syrian hamsters cannot have long hairs and instead have, of course, short hairs. If your hamster is long-haired or curled-haired, also known as Rex, it's for sure a male Syrian hamster. Syrian hamsters are long but not slim, aka bulky. Aha! A Syrian hamster's length can range from 5 to 7 inches or 13 to 18 centimeters. They usually weigh between 90 to 150 grams, at least that's the healthy weight. Something I noticed about Syrian hamsters is that their mouth is actually on their face, while other hamster species have their mouth more on their chin. Like for Syrian hamsters, if they walk, you can see their mouth, but for other hamster species, you cannot see it because it's more on their chin. The next hamster we are going to be talking about or identifying is the Chinese hamster. Often this species is disabled. Of course, Chinese hamsters are disabled. Often this species is mislabeled as the Chinese dwarf hamster, but they are actually not dwarf hamsters. This is also one of the species that are easy to identify because of their tail. So what makes Chinese hamsters different from other hamster species? They are quite slim compared to other hamster species, and their tail is also very long compared to other hamster species. Because of their tail and their quite slim body shape, they almost look like a mouse. So don't mistake this species with mice because mice have longer tails than Chinese hamsters. Unlike Syrian hamsters, Chinese hamsters have a noticeable black stripe on their back. Currently, I've seen Chinese hamsters come in 3 different colors: gray, brownish, and sometimes white. And by the way, if you're liking this video so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it really helps to support me and my channel. Make sure also to comment down below what hamster species you own or what hamster species you think you own. Next, we have the winter white and the Campbell's Russian dwarf hamster. Now, the reason that I take these two together is basically just because they are all hybrids now. Hybrids are the babies of the winter white and the Campbell's. These two other species that can breed with each other, so that makes them having babies of mixed species, also known as hybrids. This is very unethical and very unnatural for them, but sadly we cannot really do anything about it. We just have to stop support the pet stores and the unethical breeders that purposefully breed the winter white and the Campbell's dwarf hamsters together. And only unethical breeders will try to create hybrids. Ethical breeders will not at all. By the way, if you don't know the difference between ethical and unethical hamster breeders, make sure to check this video. It's hard to identify the winter white and the Campbell's dwarf hamsters these days because they look so similar. I would say the Chungarian hamster, also known as the winter white Russian dwarf hamster, has more fur on the whitish grayish black side, while the Campbell Russian dwarf hamster has more yellowish fur. These two species get often thrown into one bin, just called the Russian dwarf hamsters, which is not really specific in my opinion. Campbell Russian dwarf hamsters or winter white Russian dwarf hamsters are around 10 centimeters or 4 inches in length. Their weight can range from 30 to 90 grams. Then we have the smallest species of hamster, the Roborovsky dwarf hamster. And because they are the smallest species of domestic hamster, they are fast as The thing that make Roborovski dwarf hamsters unique are their cute little white eyebrows. If you look at these photos, you can see that the fur above their eyes is white. Some Roborovski dwarf hamsters are almost totally white, which can make it difficult to find the eyebrows at all. In case your Roborovski dwarf hamster is totally white, you can look at the whiskers of them. Roborovski dwarf hamsters are the smallest species of hamster, and therefore their whiskers are quite long compared to their body. Most Roborovski dwarf hamsters have yellowish fur and have no noticeable black stripe on their back. If your hamster does not have a black stripe on their back, also known as the dorsal stripe, it's probably a Syrian hamster or a Roborovski dwarf hamster. A Roborovski hamster is around 5 centimeters or 2 inches long. A healthy Robo weighs around 25 grams. Did you know that buying a wheel for your hamster has requirements depending on your hamster species? Make sure to check out this video where I talk everything about hamster wheels. Also check this video that I recommend to you. Make sure to that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you guys next time.